Hey, I'm Ben,
And I'm Josh.
and today we're going to be talking about the return of Jurassic Park.
It's time for action, gentlemen.
So, um, Justice League Dark has been officially penned by Guillermo del Toro. It was a comic book series that was initiated with the New 52. It was it was made up of more of their supernatural style characters. They like Constantine, Dead Man. They don't really have superpowers; they're more supernatural, like ghosts and paranormal, if you will. But yeah, Guillermo del Toro did a screenplay and gave it to Warner Brothers to look over and possibly make a movie into it. So they should be reading that probably this weekend, and I'm sure it'll be online what they think of it here soon in the future.
Really? I think they keep that private.
I think I think they'll issue some sort of thing. He's probably gonna say, "Hey, Warner Brothers liked it. Maybe I don't know. They might keep it private because it wasn't on their list, their set list for the next phase, if you will, for DC. It,
Yeah. Didn't they say it was just standalone, no crossovers with
yeah,
any
it would have been a standalone
DC
movie,
movies?
which I don't see them doing a standalone Justice League movie with the two other Justice League movies they're gonna have
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
because they're already gonna have the Justice League 1 and 2 plus the Superman versus Batman Justice League origin thing. So I don't see him doing that. Maybe a animated movie. I mean, that's possible. I just don't see him putting it into the big film. Maybe not until years down the road, but I just don't think they're not gonna get into it.
It's a little weird.
Yeah, it's more like a special market, pretty much. Like a lot of people don't know these characters, and now that Constantine's got his own series, that's gonna interfere with, oh, this is a separate universe? There's gonna be crossovers. Who's gonna play him? It's just too much hassle for DC to mess with. They're not even in line as it is. Speaking of DC and their TV, the Flash and Arrow crossover is coming up. That will be on December 2nd, starting off with the Flash. Um, the Arrow will play a heavy part into that episode, and it'll continue into the Arrow's episode on the 3rd. The December 2nd Flash episode is titled Flash vs. Arrow. So I'm curious how that's going to go. Are they actually going to fight each other? Is something going to happen between them? Tune in next week to find out. Really, I mean, it's only about 5 days away now. The second episode of the crossover is titled "The Brave and the Bold," so that's interesting.
Mm.
So we'll see how that goes. I mean, with them crossing over, the metahumans that are in the Flash, the superpowers, might go into the Arrow, because right now the Arrow doesn't have any metahumans or anything. It's just criminals, pretty much. He's just a Batman at this point, kind of. I guess Batman's got somewhat some metahumans or Killer Crocs and stuff roaming around.
Speaking of Batman, I came across a pretty funny news story the other day.
Yeah.
A detective, Dustin Deutsch is his name, douche, whatever, has been indicted for theft by a public servant. It seems that him and his partner were investigating this guy named Chiafalo who had embezzled money. Chiafalo had bought a bunch of comic book memorabilia, including a $900,000 Batman comic. And somewhere in the case, Deutsch, one of the detectives, had the keys to the storage facility where he was keeping these comics, and he stole a lot of vintage comics, including the $900,000 Batman comic, which he then gave to his partner, Blevins, who then sold them in Chicago.
Literally his partner in crime at this point.
I just thought it was funny that a detective stole a detective comic.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder which comic it was. Never stated if it was a one-off issue, number one. It's got to be a very rare comic to be $900,000 is the estimated value of it.
Pretty ridiculous.
Because the guy, Chifalo, he embezzled like $2 million, so that's almost half his embezzlement money. And it's just like, I'm gonna buy this one-off comic, pretty much waste half my money.
He's gotta be a freaking big Batman fan.
Yeah, he's diehard. Like, oh man, go get some Batman comics. I wonder if he ever read it.
At least he held on to it for a little bit.
Yeah, not much longer. And this was in Texas, right?
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure, from what I remember, it was in Texas, and they took it to Chicago, which was kind of weird.
Yep.
Because I was curious why they would go all the way to Chicago to sell that. And it's just like, is there some sort of unknown underground rare comics dealer, the black market?
They probably just took it to Wizard World.
Yeah, there you go, take it to the convention. Hey, I got this comic, you guys want it? But now that extremely rare comic is now locked up in an evidence locker, never to see the light of day.
Even more rare.
Yeah, which will make it even more expensive. That's probably going to break $1 million now.
Yeah.
Let's see here. He also bought some baseball memorabilia, like a helmet signed by Pete Rose. But apparently that wasn't good enough to take and resell. They just kind of sold the Batman comic. That's, at least that's the one that made the headlines. There's something else I don't understand. Throwing away a career to... That's a lot of money, though. $900,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not that... He's going to jail now. And, okay. Done?
Yeah.
In a recent interview here, James Cameron did an interview with Empire Magazine talking about Avatar 2. You probably remember James Cameron from Titanic, Avatar. The Avatar I'm talking about is the big blue people, not the crappy M. Night Shyamalan Avatar Airbender movie. But the Avatar 2 is, going to be starting production here soon. And he did an interview, and the guy asked, what can we expect, from the movie? And this is a legit quote. He said, I can tell you one thing about the movie. It's going to be bitchin'. You will shit yourself with your mouth wide open. This is a direct quote from James Cameron in the interview. You will shit yourself with your mouth wide open. I lost it when I read that. He apparently thinks it's going to be awesome.
Proof that he's lost his mind.
Yeah, he is insane.
Everyone's correct.
CGI is going to be so awesome, you're going to shit your pants.
He's probably just like living in this world constantly. He probably
Yeah,
just,
and I don't even remember what it was.
he probably just puts on some helmet and some goggles and just
some
lives in that
virtual
world.
reality. Yeah, because that's ridiculous. And they're going to make 3 more. On top of the one that was already made, they're making 3 more. So they're going to have 4 total so far at this point. So I don't understand. There's nothing that says what it's about, what characters are going to come back. He's just saying it's going to be awesome.
Pocahontas 2.
It's going to be bitchin'. Yeah, Pocahontas 2. Yeah, you're pretty much going to be going for the CGI again. He's going to try and revive the 3D movement, I'm guessing. Yeah, he said didn't give any hints, just 3 movies. They're all going to be bitchin'. Check them out. No release date, nothing. But that just blew my mind. I saw a funny comment in the on the interview that said, "I feel sorry for those theater workers who have to clean up all the poop in between the movies." And that was pretty funny. I was like, "Oh, jeez."
Oh god.
Independence Day 2 is now on the go. Got the green light. That is slated for a June 24th, 2016 release. So here in 2 years or so.
June 24th.
Yeah.
Just in time for
June 24th.
Independence Day.
Yeah. Yeah, it was supposed to come out in July, but they moved it to June.
Why the hell would they put it out in July after Independence Day?
Who knows?
They're probably
That's
like-
probably why they moved it back.
Yeah, they're probably like, we're fucking stupid.
I think it was July 1st, but they were just like, nah.
okay.
It was definitely before Independence Day. I think
Okay.
they were probably thinking it's going to be too close. People might not go see it because they'll be celebrating the holiday or going to be on a trip or something. But there will be no Will Smith, as far as they know. And I know he's not very big on doing sequels. He's done a few, like Men in Black, but those were pretty big. Independence Day, I think, is one of those movies we can't do a sequel.
What about Jeff Goldblum?
They haven't said anything. They're just saying that. I would love to see Jeff Goldblum in it though. They're just saying it's going to be coming out the 24th. They start production in May.
So what the hell is a freaking sequel? I can't just make an alien movie.
I don't know. In the interview they said that the people, the town, or Washington or whatever knew that the aliens would come back, but they travel by wormholes, so it takes them 2 to 3 weeks. But to us, it takes us 20 to 25 years. So I'm assuming it's going to be heavily in the future, or from that point in the current Independence Day movie. So I doubt they're going to have Will Smith or Jeff Goldblum or any of the old cast in it because it's going to be 20 years later.
Yeah, but it's not like they just dropped off the face of the earth.
Yeah, I mean, they could make cameos, but as far as on the front screen as lead actors, they're not going to be in it. It'd be cool to see Jeff Goldblum. I'd like to see him do something.
Yeah.
That I don't understand why they're even making another one. It was good. I liked the first one, and now they're going to ruin it with the second one.
Well, they're always, looking for good movies to sequel.
Yeah. Speaking of sequels, again, episode 7's coming out soon.
Yeah.
Or as far as the trailer is, anyway.
Yeah, it's supposed to come out tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, it hits theaters Friday. It'll be in 30 select theaters. So it'll premiere with every movie playing that day in those 30 theaters. We're close to us, unfortunately.
Really?
Yeah. The movie itself comes out December 18th, 2015. The trailer comes out tomorrow, and then they'll put it online through iTunes trailers tomorrow as well.
So expect to see it everywhere on the internet.
Yeah, if you have Facebook, it's going to be all over Facebook, Twitter, all that. It'll probably make the news. You watch the 9 o'clock news, it'll be on that too. So yeah, if you're trying to avoid it, you pretty much have to go off the grid to avoid the Star Wars trailer.
Go out to the woods for a few days.
Yeah. There's already a trailer circling around that is fake. It's not the real one. It's very poor. Have you watched that yet?
No.
Yeah, it's well done. It's well put together, I guess. But they use lines that are from other movies that you could spot. Like Harrison Ford says a line that was in Anchorman 2.
What?
Yeah, he says something like, "Do you have room for an old war horse?" And that's in Anchorman 2. They have like a chrome black stormtrooper, and then he like looks at the camera and he pulls out a lightsaber. And so they have like one picture of Luke Skywalker with a beard. So that's one of the things that was kind of okay, but it's not very good quality. Like it's instantly bad or instantly fake. I'm pretty pumped for that though. I would camp out if it wasn't in December. I still want to camp out.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. It's gonna be a big deal. Be people dressing up, people camping out, huge lines. They're probably gonna use every screen in the theaters to screen it that night. I think it's probably gonna break the record for sales in the box office. I think this will be the new number one.
I could see it.
I don't know what is currently number one. I have a funny story about Star
the
Wars.
Avengers?
Huh?
Isn't the Avengers?
Number one?
Yeah. I think so.
It might be. But I have a Star Wars story here. I went to go see episode 1 with my brother back when it came out. I was a little younger. We were standing in line. We went to the second showing. We were standing in line. I was standing there. And he says, "Hey, tell me when they're all coming out." I said, "Okay." I'm not sure why, but whatever. So they start to come out. I say, "Hey, Pat, they're coming out." And I look at him and see what he's doing. He's putting earplugs in his ears. I was like, and they all leave or whatever. I was like, "Why'd you do that?" He said, "I don't want to hear any spoilers of them walking out talking about the movie." So he's pretty diehard, so I'm sure he's going to do the same thing. And Star Wars is a pretty big deal, obviously. So that's going to come out soon.
Hardcore old school nerd.
Yeah.
He still's like that.
Yeah, he's still just like that.
Ridiculous. Alright, yeah. Another sequel, finally, we'll talk about is The Return of Jurassic Park. The first new movie since 2001. They released the trailer on, Tuesday?
Yeah, it was a few days ago.
Tuesday. It's supposed to come out today, but they surprised everybody and released it on Tuesday. It looks freaking awesome, and I'm super pumped for it.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited for it. I was always a Jurassic Park fan. They're always good. Even the third one, which was seemingly probably the worst of them, but I liked it. I'd like to see Jeff Goldblum come back. Do his sexy stance laying down with the shirt unbuttoned. Can't get enough of that. I mean, it looks good though. Chris Pratt really can't be stopped. I mean, he's on a roll right now.
Yep. I just like how they updated everything. They updated it really well, I think. Yeah.
It definitely made it more of an amusement style park, like it would be at Orlando Studios. Let's go check out these dinosaurs kind of thing.
It's kind of cool to see how it would, see it actually working like it was intended to.
Yeah.
Be a giant park finally.
Yep. Until something happens and then it all goes to hell. I'm curious to see what the critics are going to say about Chris Pratt, because he's a comedic style actor. He was in he was in Parks and Rec, Guardians of the Galaxy, and he was a comedic style person. He wasn't real serious. He got serious in Guardians, but not too. He wasn't serious for very long. This is a more serious movie, at least so the trailer looks. He looks like a serious kind of guy. He didn't really crack any jokes or make any faces or anything. He had a serious demeanor, and I think he can pull it off, though.
I think he'll be great.
I think so.
Steven Spielberg's the executive producer, right?
Really?
Yeah, or the producer, something like that.
That'd be cool.
So he's not gonna, stand by
Yeah.
while someone's ruining his movie.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It's gonna be a good movie that he puts his name on.
Yeah.
You know that for sure.
Pretty excited for that.
Yep, that's gonna be awesome. When does that come out? 2015?
Sometime
July?
next year, I think.
Sometime in summer.
Yeah.
Next year is gonna be huge for movies.
Yeah, movies are going to be huge. Chris Pratt's going to have a heck of a movie next year, or year next year. Just anyone in the nerd style cinema at this point is having huge years.
Yep. All right. I think we're already good. That's the secret word.
What's
Or the secret name.
What's the secret name?
Chris Pratt.
Okay, a secret
Okay.
person. Yeah.
Just for all you people listening.
Yeah, podcast listeners. So to go in on this, we're gonna do giveaways, but you have to listen to the podcast and you have to let us know what the secret word is. So you listen to the podcast, and it's gonna be here and there, beginning, middle, end, quarter of the way through, wherever we decide to put it.
Yep.
But we're gonna make that one, the secret name. I'll put it up on the Facebook, which is facebook.com/nerdyknowledge. I'll say, hey, we're going to do a giveaway. What was the secret word or name or whatever in the podcast? You put it in, and we'll either select a random name or first one to get it, or we'll decide when that happens. But we'll send you something in the mail. So just for listening, we appreciate you guys.
Yep.
Well,
that's all we got to talk about then.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up.
Yeah. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share us. Like I said, Facebook is facebook.com/nerdyknowledge. youtube.com/nerdnews by Josh. And then the Twitter is @nerdnews by Josh as well.
All right. Well, thank you for all your support, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And this has been Ben.
This has been Josh.
We're at Nerd News, signing off. See ya.
So you two dig up dinosaurs?
Well,
Try to.
You'll have to get used to Dr. Malcolm.